A really common topic of conversation these days, and it's one of the areas which I find myself really reflecting on. There's a lot of talk about this new normal, and we're sort of getting back to a sense of, I guess, normality now. However, I look around my business and I realise that I've got staff members from Europe, India, Britain, Indonesia, Malaysia, and their bubbles aren't safe. Their family members and everyone are still very much overseas. So while we start to, and so when we look at New Zealand in its own right, we're kind of going, okay, well, hey, this is great where we are. The reality is there's a lot of uncertainty still within my team, and that's something we've really got to work on and make sure that people do feel comfortable and not just get carried away with a truly New Zealand-centric view. What we've done is phenomenal, and no one's doubting that, but we do really need to be mindful of that. New Zealanders these days, very well, in our office we're the minority that have our entire family base here in New Zealand. So that's a really important aspect. And then obviously through lockdown we got phenomenal insight into each other's bubbles, a greater level of, I guess, intimacy into the people we work with, just because we had to understand them, the nuances of their home life and when they're available and weren't available, and what kids were running in and out, or the annoying yappy dog in the background, whatever it was. So there is this real closeness now, and one of the things for me out of that is really now appreciating actually what flexible working means. So prior to that, flexible working was probably a little bit of the textbook sort of version of it. We probably felt like most people that I needed to work from home today was probably a little bit of a way of taking a day or doing something or whatever they needed, and it didn't feel overly productive for us as an organisation, but we sort of tolerated it. Whereas as an organisation now, we're wholeheartedly proven that we're able to pick up and operate. And so for me, it's not that we're now picking whether we work from home or work from the office. We've actually completely redefined what flexible working is. And therefore, I don't want a new normal. I don't think the new normal is what it is. It's what works for that individual at that point in time, while taking into consideration the wider responsibility that you have to your team and your organisation. And that's what it should be, because that is, my individual needs are being met. I'm able to do my job, and I'm respectful of my collective contribution to the team. So as a business and organisation, it's trying to then round that out and see how that works. And we're taking very much a let's see how we go approach. But I'm really interested in having this conversation and not missing this opportunity to challenge ourselves with a preferred way of working.